Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Extreme Rules Prediction Show with myself. We got Shadow to my right, and then we have Nate below me and Megan on the bottom right. How's everything going, guys?
Doing good.
Oh, I'm just peachy. First and foremost, let me start off by congratulating Nate on the buying of his, I believe, your first home.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What belt is that?
I just got this. Shadow talked me into it. It's the limited edition Shawn Michaels Winged Eagle title.
Nice. Did you see the
He
new
said
one
he
that
wanted
they
the
just put
belt,
out?
So I talked him into it.
Did you guys just see the new belt that they released, the Kane one?
I don't like it. It's gotta be Kane.
It's like that, but it's overdone. Like it's
How long until
crazy.
you get a bloodline belt?
You're not going to get a bloodline belt.
I feel like Megan would be the first one to pre-order it.
Fuck yeah.
So
We're
tonight
talking about Extreme Rules today.
there are 6 matches on the card right now. This probably has to be one of the most hyped pay-per-views that WWE has had in quite some time, because everybody is talking about it. Whether it's because finally on an Extreme Rules card you have every match have a stipulation to it, or because of the White Rabbit stuff going on around it. Either
There's a lot
way,
of hype around that pay-per-view.
yeah, it's so amazing right now. Thanks, Dark. You were the one that made this for us, so I appreciate it. Which match do you guys want to start off with?
Let's talk about. I don't know.
You don't know?
Let's go Smackdown Women's Championship first.
Okay. You want to start with this one?
Yeah, all right. So
Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it.
you have Rhonda versus Liv for the third time now, I believe it would be. And this time it's in an Extreme Rules match. I mean, in the past we've had Extreme Rules, but I don't know how hardcore these women are gonna go. Yeah, we've seen Liv jump off the ring into a table, but what are we really gonna get from this match? We're just gonna have Rhonda beating the shit out of her with everything and somehow being, because that's how I see it right now. Just have everything and anything thrown at her, and you're just gonna have Liv win. Like it's just mind-boggling to me. Look, you have a legit fighter in Ronda Rousey, and you have Liv Morgan. Happy that she's the women's champion, but at some point you kind of stick to the shenanigans of her just escaping as a champion. She's not, again, super happy Liv is champion. I'm not saying they shouldn't have made her champion, but at some point you have to stop making your champion weak. The crowd is not behind her in that sense anymore, suddenly.
Right.
She's like Beyonce in that case, where she's great in the chase, but now what?
Right. So, I mean, I'm kind of going to piggyback off that, too, and I think WWE has put themselves in a very, almost a lose-lose situation with this match. You can't risk Rhonda losing 3 consecutive matches to Liv Morgan. It's going to make Rhonda look like a chump. And on the opposite side of that, Liv Morgan has been such a weak champion that her winning, or her losing, is almost a good thing. I mean, if you look at it that way. The only way that I see this being beneficial, if a Liv victory happens, the only way I see that being beneficial is if she decides to run with this delusion that she's a dominant champion and turn heel. She's not a dominant champion. She gets fluky wins, and if that becomes her character, and she becomes this delusional, narcissistic heel about it, I'm cool with it. But if she's gonna keep being this babyface that suddenly knows how to swing a chair or a kendo stick, Rhonda's got to win this. They're in a lose-lose situation, I think.
I personally don't think she's going to be a babyface much longer. I think she is going to go the heel route. I think that's what we're going to start to see happen on Saturday. And I think we're going to have some sort of interference in this to set up the next feud for one or both.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're going to see Shayna come out, attempt to help Rhonda, and cause her to lose the match. And that's how you're going to get the Rhonda and Shayna feud going on. Like, she's going to cause something to happen, but then Liv's going to run with it and just beat the crap out of Rhonda with chairs, tables, everything, and win that way. Well, so it doesn't look like it's a fluke, even though it is because of Shayna. That's the way I'm looking at it.
I mean, if that's what happens, whatever Liv does next is going to be overshadowed by Ronda's feud with Shayna, too.
Mm-hmm.
Megan.
This could go in Liv's favor. I mean, she's never been in an Extreme Rules match, so it could look like Ronda's gonna win, but then she does something like tricky. She pulls off and she pulls it off.
I could see it.
And maybe Charlotte will come back. I hope not, but
I mean, eventually Charlotte's going to have to come back, and you know what? She elevates everyone around her, so I can't really argue that much. But
I mean, we can. But there are rumors that she is supposed to be coming back very shortly.
She might not be followed far behind her by her husband.
And I don't think it's going to be versus Liv, though. So that could take place of what I said, and then you get Rhonda versus Charlotte also. Even though it makes.
I was gonna say Charlotte probably wants revenge for losing to Rhonda.
I was gonna say, even though it would make sense for Charlotte to go after Liv, and Liv to beat her, like she said she was gonna do when she came back.
Charlotte beat Rhonda. Didn't she?
Rhonda beat Charlotte.
Rhonda beat Charlotte.
And then
not at WrestleMania.
Right, and then Liv cashed in.
Yep, that's right.
So I could definitely see her showing back up on Extreme Rules. Let's go with the strap match next.
Daddy?
no. I'm not doing that. He's not here.
For God's sake.
Hey, listen, don't worry about me, okay?
I didn't even think you were there. I thought you were taking care of son.
I am taking care of something. That's why the camera's not revealing at the moment.
No.
All right, Megan, you start off with the strap match.
Ooh, I start off. Okay. Honestly, with the way this has been going, I believe Tyrian's gonna win this. With the help of Scarlett again.
Let's just hope it's not another fireball.
It
Well-
could be another fireball, but just the way things have been leading up, it looks like Tyrian's gonna be that person to defeat Drew. Then after Roman's done with Logan Paul, Tyrian will go after Roman.
Well, to be fair, when would that match take place? At the Rumble? Because it's not going to be at Survivor Series.
Or
no,
day
no, no,
one.
no, no.
Or day one, there's rumors that Brock is going to be at that show.
Moving on.
But Did you guys see the video that Cross put on Twitter last night?
No.
Oh man, go check it out. It's like a minute and a half long. So good. He is so good at these things that he does, like just to hype up his character. I'm so glad he came back in Triple H. Just let him run with whatever he's doing, because this is the Karrion Kross we should have had the first time around. And just imagine where he would be if this was the case.
Right.
In regards to this match, he's winning. He needs it more than Drew does. Drew doesn't need to win. Karrion needs to be able to build up his star power within WWE, and this is one way to do it.
Right. I think the strap match stipulation is a great way to keep Drew McIntyre from having to look weak, quote unquote weak. I think the stipulation is great in that Karrion Kross can win, look great, and not suffer. Drew McIntyre doesn't suffer any credibility in the process. I do think this is Karrion Kross's match to lose. I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to win this match pretty handily. And I think he's just going to take another step towards being that number 2 heel on the roster over there on SmackDown.
I don't think there is going to be a TLC Nightmare. I think that's one of the pay-per-views that they scrapped.
Yeah, they scrapped it for day one.
Day one is taking over for that, and right now there's speculation it's actually not even going to be on January 1st.
I think January 1st is a Sunday this year.
Right, so they might do it the night before.
Right. Have it go into
Christmas,
midnight.
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Have the main event finish right off at the ball drop.
Ah. Actually, if Bray Wyatt is the White Rabbit, hold off his debuts until then, because we all know that they dropped the ball on him the first time.
You're not wrong, sir.
And the second time.
Anyhow. So, in my opinion, Kross is going to obliterate McIntyre. He's not going to make McIntyre look weak, but he's going to destroy McIntyre. They're both going to go out looking strong, and they're going to move forward in their own feuds. You have Kross fighting a legit number 1 contender right now, and I truly think this is more in the sense of Kross's realm than it is Drew's realm. And Scarlett's going to play a little role in this somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going with Kross.
I think that's a sweep across the board there.
Pretty unanimous, yeah.
And in reference to the fireball you were talking about, gotta give them props for the way that they handled it after it happened.
Oh, they had to ad-lib the entire rest.
Because they changed everything on how everything went. And that was great. That was great on them.
It was, yeah.
Let's move on to...
Let's go Bailey. Bailey and John.
Okay.
Nate, you want to start off with this one?
Yes, I do. So, I've long been a Bailey. She's probably in my top 5 for women's wrestling ever. Maybe top 3. And having her come back was huge. She's already injected a lot of life into the women's division, bringing Dakota and Io with her. I think they fumbled with those two a little bit when they first came out. They should have just won the tag titles from the get-go. I don't know what that was about. But I do think that it is the right time for Bailey to go back and be that top heel. Bianca is just not interesting to me anymore. She's better in chase mode or as a heel. And right now she's neither. She is a babyface champion and she's bland. Her promos they're nails on a chalkboard. And if you watched this segment, their contract signing this past week, that promo Bailey was cutting was fire until Bianca interrupted her. And it pissed me off. But I do want Bailey to win, but I don't think she's going to, and it's going to make me very mad.
Bianca's time is done. Like,
I don't.
It should be.
it should be. I don't think it will be, but it should be.
Well, they need to develop storylines outside of the title picture.
And they are.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Shadow.
good. No, that's the problem. You've kind of booked Bianca. Like, again, this is not Triple H, might not even be Vince, but you've booked Bianca into such a weird corner in that division right now. That with Becky out, Charlotte out, Bayley just returning a month and a half ago, like, where do you, like, yeah, you have Alexa, but I mean, let's be real at the moment. I love Alexa, but she hasn't done anything significant to earn a spot into that title picture right yet.
Oh, that's
Other
gonna.
than her, she is a great performer, don't get me wrong, but in ring, she hasn't, quote unquote, earned that spot.
That's probably gonna be changing soon, though.
You could argue Asuka, but again, she's been more of a role-playing character. So naturally, Bayley makes sense, but if you're just gonna have Bayley lose, where is this feud going? Because I don't know if you guys have caught it. Love Bayley, great in ring, but her mic skills are dropping on like deaf ears right now. Like, I don't know what she's doing half the time on the mic.
Who, Bayley?
She's to me, it seems like she's fumbled a few times in the last few weeks.
Did you watch the promo on Monday?
Sort of. I'd have to go back.
So-
that was her best promo.
I would say before this past Monday, I would agree with you, Shadow.
Okay, mind you, I missed my
No.
way of watching didn't load for me, so I missed the.
No, that's fine. I'm just saying this Monday was her best promo since she's been back.
She killed it.
But either way, like, I felt that in ring she's doing amazing, but on the mic, I felt like she's falling flat, and it's hard to tell a story if you only have one side of it. But if you guys are telling me this fire promo, then okay.
I mean, the crowd
But
booed
for
when
me-
Bianca interrupted her.
I really,
They did.
truly want Bayley to win, but I just have a strong feeling Bianca's time as champ is not over.
So, I think we're gonna, since they made this a ladder match, obviously we know there's gonna be interference.
Right.
They're not gonna have it just them two without other people around.
Nope. Megan's got the orange rabbit coming.
Yeah, she just.
It's gotta be Becky.
Did you not see? Have you not seen pictures of her? She got.
No,
She has no sling. Her arm is
we all
fine.
get updates. Anything Becky, Megan's on it.
Yeah, I sent it to the group chat, and I'm like, he has her long hair. He's coming back.
It's almost as bad as Taylor content. I mean, what?
Shadow, you know what?
Megan, what are your thoughts on this match?
Okay. So, we did have Bayley winning. But I sadly have Bianca winning. And I know, like, the rest of Damage Control may come out and try to interfere to help Bayley win. What if Becky does end up coming out and helping Bianca?
For the purpose that she wants to take it from her.
But we get a guest appearance from Chewy,
Hi, Chewy.
What's up?
the world record holder. Chewy.
3-time.
Oh.
Ooh,
Hold on,
who's
I need.
What podcast you doing?
Off the top.
Off the top. What's up? Off the top wrestle talk.
What's going on, man?
Hey, just living the life up here in Michigan. Are we making predictions for this Saturday?
Yes, we are.
We are.
We are.
Ooh, I haven't been watching enough. Oh, check it out. Bell, look
I
at
did.
this.
It's the Shawn Michaels belt.
You are just a sexy boy. By the way, did you guys congratulate Nate? He put in an offer on a house today,
We did.
Got accepted.
and it got accepted.
Oh man, that's same day. That's awesome.
I
I'm so proud of this boy. Thanks, Dad. All right, you guys enjoy your podcast.
Thanks, Joey.
Better be taking naked pictures of that.
I'm so glad this is being recorded.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chewy.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Where were we?
Nightmare Wrestling. I don't know if this rivalry is going to continue through the Rumble. That's quite a ways away.
Yeah.
I don't think it will go that far. I could definitely see something where it's continuing through Crown Jewel, but I wouldn't say the Rumble. That's just way too far for that to be
I'm
happening.
willing to bet we get that rivalry coming to a head in War Games.
I'm also gonna put this here too. Other reason Becky may be coming back.
We can't see it.
Come on, you.
You can't
I
see it.
know.
Like,
Hold on.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. That's what I was talking about, where she was walking without the sling.
And she has her hair extensions. The last time we saw her get her hair done, she came back at SummerSlam.
And she changed her name back to the Man.
Everything is back to the Man. Like, if you go to her Twitter, she has the Man thing, like, as her banner.
the hair thing is probably a coincidence, but
No, it's not. I thought it was a coincidence when she first did it during SummerSlam, and then lo and behold,
oh, cripes. I mean, I would love for Becky to come back too. Becky is my favorite women's wrestler of all time. So, anytime she's on my TV screen, I'm happy.
That was at SummerSlam, right?
Yeah, it's SummerSlam last year.
last year, yeah.
No. This year that she got hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a separated shoulder, but it didn't need surgery, so she was
It
probably
happened
okay to
at
come back.
SummerSlam, Nate, is what he's asking, if it happened at SummerSlam. Yes, during her match with Bianca.
And I went back and watched that match a couple of days ago. Actually, it was disgusting looking.
Yeah.
It was gross.
Yeah.
I think she wrestled like half the match with it, too.
Well, she popped it back in herself,
Mhm.
and she luckily didn't need surgery. So 6 to 8 weeks, that time frame lines up with right now.
Yeah. All right. So, winner.
Bianca.
In the words of Metallica, sad but true.
Yeah, I'm going Bianca. I'm going Bianca as well on that.
I'm going to be the one different. I'm going to say Bailey takes it.
You just want to touch her dumb joke.
That's a punk.
I mean, to be fair, doesn't everybody?
To be fair. She's not Asian enough for me.
She's Latino.
Okay, so Asuka's there for you.
You know?
Or you can travel across the ocean and go to Kairi Sane.
Yep.
So is Io Sky.
Io Shirai.
Yep. All right. We're getting off. This is
Alright, so let's move on to one of the other matches from Monday Night Raw, because we've already done 2 from SmackDown. The Judgment Day match, that as I call it. So the I Quit match between Edge and Finn Balor.
Ooh.
This has the potential to be the match of the night.
I think this one's gonna main event.
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
I think the main event's going to be the Fight Pit.
I'm gonna predict my winner right now, and I'll let you guys discuss, and then I'll tell you why. To my
Okay.
Finn is winning.
I also think so.
Yep.
I think Judgment Day beats him unconscious to a pulp where he can't say anything, and Rey Mysterio throws in the towel for him.
My thing behind it, since we all just agreed on it, but my reasoning behind it is simple. Edge, when he ends a rivalry, puts over his opponent.
Oh yeah.
He's going at Balor. This is his end all be all of this. What is going on? Alright. So this is his end-all be-all. Somebody's phone is close to something.
Not me.
It's not mine.
Mine's in my hand.
Yeah, but it's right by the microphones.
It's right here.
Wait, put it back to the mic for a sec?
I thought.
Turn it on.
It
No.
is on.
It's
Yeah.
yours. So when you bring it just close. It's not as bad now, but it was yours.
Okay.
Because of my
Okay, anyway.
Put your phone down.
So Balor or Judgment Day has lost every pay-per-view match they faced, whether it's Edge or Mysterio or whoever it is, they've lost. But now you have the former leader versus the quote-unquote new leader, even though Rhea's the real leader. And-
Damien's the real leader.
Either way, okay, fucking Dominic is. But anyhow, so I think Edge is great for putting over younger talent. Well, I know Balor's not much younger than him, but like in the sense of pro wrestling in this era, Balor's still new to WWE. Edge isn't. When you look at it, that longevity. So
Yeah.
Edge is a true legend in the sense that he goes on his back, and I think that's what we see. This is him just like doing the right thing, and not CM Punk.
That's straight up shit.
So, the reason that I feel Finn is going to win is it's going to somehow lead to Ray versus Dom at WrestleMania, where Ray loses his mask to his son. And I feel it's going to be because Ray gets involved with Edge, and they'll have a feud between Edge and Ray before that.
Right.
Because Ray's going to see what Dom was talking about, not join a Judgment Day, and be a loner until then. But I feel it's going to end up with Balor winning, and then you're going to eventually get to Ray versus his son at WrestleMania for the mask.
That is a WrestleMania caliber match too.
I don't care if his son is still green. That could be the way that it improves him to work for that match.
He's got the heel facial expressions down to a T. I'll give him that.
It's the only thing he has.
I know. So my thoughts on that match. The thing that I think, well, I guess the thing that I would expect to happen if I was booking this is, I don't think Edge is hurt by losing a match like this. Edge is an 11-time world champion, a 2-time Royal Rumble winner. He's main evented WrestleMania against The Undertaker. There's nothing you can do. The man's bulletproof. Him saying I quit does not diminish anything that he's done in his career whatsoever. Finn Balor,
No.
if he says I quit into a microphone, any credibility that he has left goes up in smoke, and it's gone. So I think Finn Balor needs to win this. I think he needs to win it pretty decisively, and Edge can go take a break.
I think it's been quite an uphill battle for Balor since 2016, though.
Oh yeah,
And like he's finally right back in that limbo between mid-card and main event. So
Right.
That stupid injury after winning the Universal title.
Yep.
who about you, Megan? What's your thoughts?
I have Finn winning it.
That's it.
Like you guys, you guys just covered all the freaking basics.
Well, you know what? Just for that, Megan, you can go first on the Fight Pit match when we get to it.
Okay.
All right.
I'd
So
love to see Finn win and really take the Judgment Day to the next level. I think Damian Priest is a future world champion, though.
I agree. He's been so good during this, And I feel like his promos are actually better than Finn's lately.
Damien's mic skills are so underrated, and he
Yep.
has a commanding voice.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he's the actual de facto leader of Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Finn's in that supposed role as the person,
Right.
I think Priest is the real leader.
He's got seniority, too. He's been there longer in that group.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Will. Hunter has been making the U.S. and IC titles more relevant, and I think he is pushing them as if they are the top titles on each brand.
Yeah.
But I think that's partly due to having a double champion as the title holder.
Oh, well, I mean, it kind of happened when Brock Lesnar had that long-ass Universal title reign. You know who was taking over? The Miz as IC champ.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's kind of funny how similar Lesnar and Reigns are at this point.
I mean, they're both being managed by Paul Heyman.
Both like part-time schedule.
Barely defending the title.
I mean, Roman's supposed to be there tomorrow night,
Yeah, but then not at
and then he's
Extreme Rules
What-
in one of the biggest
what-
markets they have.
yeah, but he'll be at
What
Monday Night Raw, Brooklyn,
Yeah, I
What
just-
relevance does it serve Roman showing up tomorrow, though?
with Logan Paul supposed to be there.
You guys do know that he is coming on Monday, right? So we could have a throw together match on Monday. Just saying.
Roman isn't gonna wrestle
Does he
on
work?
Monday Night Raw.
No, I mean
Roman doesn't.
for Extreme Rules, like he could just have like a random freaking match.
I
I feel
don't
like they
know.
would have advertised it weeks before, though.
Well, yeah, but then again, it's WWE, and they like to throw like together these crazy freaking matches that makes everyone's like, oh, they get all hyped over these last minute matches.
Fair.
All right, fair enough.
What's up, Ethan?
Well, to be fair, Nightmare, Damien had to give up his finisher when Cody showed up.
Yeah, it was the Reckoning, wasn't it? Is that what it was
Yeah.
called?
And
It's
it-
the Crossroads.
It was the Crossroads, so he had to give it up so they didn't have two people doing the same move. So
Notice
he,
Damien's using a lot of razor gimmick
mm-hmm.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They're coming out like this and all that.
What's going on, Ethan? How are we doing tonight?
No, I can't say I hate it. I like it.
He actually is the perfect mix of Razor and Diesel.
I mean, yeah, he's got the in-ring skills of Razor and the size of Diesel.
And the mic skills of Razor to go with it, too.
Yep.
Let's go on to the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Shadow, since you seem less than impressed, how about you start this one?
I mean, it's not that I'm less impressed, but like we're just gonna get meat slapping for about 30 minutes. It's gonna be fantastic. But I'm pretty sure there's a website for meat slapping for 30 minutes. But hey, listen, all right, listen. I'm not. I understand what a Donnybrook is. We do it in hockey, do it in the streets. You get it. But I'm just not sure I like that on WWE programming. A Donnybrook match, it just doesn't come out right. Why don't I just call it a 6-man street fight? That's what it's built to be.
Because they want to keep going with the theme from the Brawling Brutes.
Oh, I
like it.
understand that. So, I'm going with Imperium on this.
So, a Donnybrook match is essentially an anything goes match.
Right.
I think it's basically a tornado tag match as well. I don't think there has to be tags to going back and forth. Not exactly sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that anything and everything is legal, and there is really no rules.
Right.
Except that the pin or submission has to take place inside the ring.
Right.
Um,
The first one we saw between Drew and Sheamus was absolutely wild. It was so much fun.
that was one with all those shillelaghs, right?
Yep.
That was a pretty sick match. Not gonna lie on that one.
Those two bring the best out of each other too.
I don't know. Gunther and Sheamus seem to bring good out of each other as well. Like, well, yeah, I know Nightmare to call it, but then a tornado tag street fight doesn't fit in with the Brawling Brutes theme.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing behind Sheamus. Like, he's the one that introduced this match first, so he's doing it again. Like,
Right.
and who's Gunther fighting tomorrow night for the title? He's fighting Sheamus,
Yeah.
so we might see a new champ going into Extreme Rules.
Right. And so that's kind of how I think of it. I think if Sheamus wins tomorrow night, then I think Imperium wins on Saturday. But if Sheamus does not win, I bet the Brawling Brutes win on Saturday.
Yeah, it's
So
really
my prediction is based on what happens tomorrow night.
yeah, it's very true. You almost had NXT champs with the Brawling Brutes this past week.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't actually watch the match,
behind that.
but from what I heard,
It was decent.
It was
I
actually
watched
very
NXT
good.
This week.
you actually watched NXT this week.
I did, and there was nothing else to do, so I did.
What do you What's your theory behind that?
My theory is, what better way to get Pete Dunne back to Pete Dunne than have him go back down to NXT, like up and down, to get his name back? But
Well, he's pretty much all back to being Pete Dunne except for the name.
right.
I think it'll end with him leaving the Brawling Brutes and saying, "Stop calling me Butch" or something like that.
Megan, you've been quiet.
Because I've been trying to think.
Talk to us about the Donnybrook match.
So
Oh,
if it doesn't have to do with Roman, she don't care.
no, listen. Know that this match is gonna end up having some sort of like Irish weapons involved because we were in Cardiff, which is Gunther's type of stomping grounds, and now it's like we're trying to get into Sheamus's stomping grounds. So Gunther won the last match in his stomping grounds, which makes me think Sheamus is gonna win his guys in his own quote-unquote like grounds. Because it's like his type of match.
Right.
It's his. It's like he owns the match. So he knows how it goes. Gunther doesn't. He's the odd man out in this.
Right.
Brawling Brutes is mine.
Yeah, I think Imperium's gonna win this, and
I'm gonna lock my prediction in with the Brawling Brutes.
I have the feeling as to why what Nate was saying, because I think Sheamus is walking away with the IC belt.
Do you?
I do. It's the only one he needs to to be the Grand Slam champion, and he has.
To touch on Megan's point about it being Sheamus' stomping grounds, in 2010, Sheamus won King of the Ring in Philly.
Interesting. I liked King Sheamus actually.
But her theory got me thinking, what was significant to Philly to him? And King of the Ring is massive for him because it kickstarted his world titles.
Right. And can we just throw a little bit of respect at Sheamus too? Like, he's been around since what, 2009, 2008, 2009, something like that.
I think before that.
Can you think of anything that he did that was bad, like at all? The dude has very quietly been one of the most consistent performers WWE has ever had.
I've always liked him.
A lot of people always put him down, saying that he doesn't deserve, like he is not that great of a worker.
And
He's been around.
They have not been
He's
watching
been around
him.
WWE since 2006.
Wow.
That's with developmental and everything.
So he wrestled for FCW then.
Yeah, he didn't move to WWE until until probably the formative of 07, 08 ish,
And he was on ECW, wasn't he?
somewhere around there.
I
I don't feel like reading the whole article, but he's been around for a long time.
If you go back to the beginning of the pandemic, when he was fighting Drew all the time, since then, all of his matches have been top tier.
Banger after banger after banger.
And people are like, he's not that good, doesn't have a great work rate. What about that 7-match set versus Cesaro to get the bar formed?
Cool.
And then the bar after that. Like, it just... People, like, I was arguing with people online, they're like, well, Sheamus gets carried in his matches. I was like, what? What are you talking about? Sheamus deserves whatever he gets.
You know-
Sorry, go ahead.
Do you know what I think put Sheamus completely over? Him working with Triple H early on in his,
Oh yeah.
and showing that he can hang with a guy that's considered world class.
And that was Triple H's idea because he believed in Sheamus that much. Sheamus is a Triple H guy.
Yep,
And
that's
at that
what,
time, Triple H wasn't putting over talent other than
Nope.
people he wanted with him.
that's what Woe said in the chat, that Triple H is Sheamus is a Triple H guy.
Yes, he is.
While
But-
while I think that it's better if he wins it on a premium line event, well, they had that chance in Cardiff. The time's now. He needs that belt before they stop giving him the matches for it.
You know,
And he's the only person I feel that can actually take the title off of Gunther.
I also think that it was at a Clash at the Castle, which the crowd's behind Sheamus there, but they also weren't full on babyface yet. They were still heels. The Brawling Brutes were still heels when that match happened, and that match was legitimately, that has been the best match on WWE programming all year. I will fully, and they didn't need weapons, they didn't need high flying, they just beat the piss out of each other for 25 minutes.
Two big
you know?
ass men just throwing meat.
Men slapping meat. But yeah, I mean, you can always count on Sheamus to deliver in the ring. You can always count on him to deliver in the mic, and the dude makes everything look more brutal because he bruises so easily. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
I know
Sheamus
that's like.
Sheamus has had a Hall of Fame career better than probably 80% of the guys that are in the Hall of Fame now.
I can agree.
Yeah, I think his time is coming.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going Sheamus and the boys winning this match. You guys convinced me. Sheamus.
I'm gonna lock in my pick with the Donnybrook, or with the Brawling Brutes winning the Donnybrook.
The Donnybrook.
And I think
I hope that
because-
Donnybrook wins.
I think that it's because they're not gonna put Sheamus over Gunther tomorrow. As much as I want them to, I don't think they're going to. I'd be happy if they did, obviously, but I don't see it happening. At least not yet. He might get one more crack at it in the future.
I'm sticking with Imperium.
I like it, Picasso.
So
All right. That leads us in to probably
The main event.
arguably, definitely, undoubtedly, the rivalry of the year.
again.
Okay, so have you
She's getting her
guys
notes.
getting my notes. I am getting my receipts right now. Have you guys seen what a cage is supposed to look like?
Yeah, it's the same
Yes,
fight
because
pit
I
as it
watched
was in
NXT.
NXT.
There's an area where they can walk around on top.
Yep.
The scaffolding around a cage.
Seth Rollins is 100% taking.
Move your phone
off
back.
the top of that.
It's
Gotta
not.
turn down the brightness.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
not.
turned down all the way.
Closer to your camera.
There it is.
There it is.
There you go.
It looks like some shit out of a horror movie.
Looks like some shit out of WCW. Let's be real.
So there's only been 2 fight pit matches so far.
It's not being booked on free television, Shadow.
Riddle has
And
been
Thatcher and Riddle.
in both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah,
And
so
Riddle and who was the other one?
I
Ciampa?
think Timothy Thatcher who won both of them.
Oh. Mm.
yeah,
But
Matt's been in both. He's like the most experienced one going into this. Part of me,
before you continue, because I know you got a whole note worthy of this. So we all remember what happened before Clash and how kinky Riddle was, and now the fact that he is now going into his 3rd match like this. Just saying. Go ahead. I'm ready to hear your thoughts.
thoughts. Like I said, Matt's the most experienced one going into this. He has the most pumped up anger towards Rollins because he's probably going to take all that anger that he had when he lost to Seth from Cardiff. Now, I want Seth to win. I love Seth. Don't get me wrong. But I think Riddle has the upper hand in this. Now, if Rollins pulls this off and wins, hallelujah, I'll be happy. But I see Riddle winning this.
I think we see Seth win. I think Riddle gets way too hot-headed because of the things that have been exchanged, and loses track of what he's supposed to actually be doing. And Seth counters that by being precise and knowing what he's doing. Well, we have a loose cannon in Riddle.
As much as I want Riddle to win, I think this is the time that he loses in this match. And the reason because is Seth has taken so many losses on pay-per-view TV, on pay-per-views, he needs a win. And that's the only way that it's going to help him get back into that top-tier stature to eventually challenge Roman again for a title. That's my feeling on it. Oh, and good point, Well, don't forget we have Cormier in there as well.
Does Cormier pull a Tyson and turn heel on Matt Riddle?
I think this is how we get to Cormier and Lesnar at Crown Jewel.
That's a match that should only happen at Crown Jewel.
Right, and I think it's gonna be in like a real cage, like an octagon cage.
Fair enough. I'm actually going to side with the two of you down here. I think Seth Rollins is winning this match also. Matt Riddle is a guy who is perpetually over with the audience. He will recover from a loss to a guy like Seth Rollins just fine. He's got a long career ahead of him. Seth Rollins has taken loss after loss after loss and showed up and showed out in the ring and on the mic for the better part of the last... honestly, for the last 10 years. Like, WWE Seth Rollins has been their MVP for the last 10 years. And he's unfortunately, as he just said in this interview, been playing second fiddle to Roman Reigns, even though he's better at Roman Reigns than every aspect of his game. No offense to Roman Reigns. I love Roman Reigns also. Seth Rollins is just better. So I do hate that Seth has had to play second fiddle. But I do think him being the thorn in Roman Reigns' side that he can't get out is a great story that they can still tell. And he needs to win on Saturday to get closer to that.
in regards to what I was saying about how many losses Seth has taken, he's wrestled in 92 total matches. He has 28 wins and 63 losses.
He has more. He still has more wins than Roman Reigns has had matches this year, though.
I don't think that's actually true.
That's a joke.
It's probably close, but I don't know if it's true. I'm looking it up right now. I can actually tell you.
He wasn't part-time until after Mania.
He's wrestled 49 times this year.
Oh my God! So it really wasn't that far off.
But to be fair, since he was named the number one on the PWI Top 500, he had the second most matches out of everybody in the top 10. The only one that beat him was the guy from Japan. I can't think of his name right now, and it was only by like 3 matches.
Okada, probably Kazuchika Okada.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, it was only like a 3-match difference, and everybody else was like at least 30 matches behind either of them. But I think Seth needs this win more than Riddle does.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to add, Shadow? Thank you, Cal, for the follow.
Taylor Swift stuff right now, though.
No, I seriously still think Riddle is gonna win it.
Okay.
And let me just respond to Frey's comment real quick. Seth is still a thorn in Roman's side. Roman couldn't beat him at the Royal Rumble. He had to resort to disqualifying himself.
That's his only loss while holding the title.
Very much a thorn in Roman's side.
Are we really going to ignore the fact that Kevin Owens never technically lost to Roman? That Roman lost to Owens, but because WWE and doesn't know how to count to 10.
Didn't Kevin Owens lose 2 other matches to him though?
Yes, but he should have won that match.
Due to a technicality?
No, due to a technicality, the ref freaking stopped counting because the handcuffs wouldn't come unlocked.
All right. This wouldn't be an Extreme Rules prediction for this year if we didn't include the Rabbit of White. Who wants to give their predictions first on who it could be?
I mean,
and why you think it is that?
All right, I'll start.
I think we all have the same thought who it is.
So if you actually watched Monday Night Raw and you got the most recent QR code from it, if you translate the saying that was inside of the imaging, there was 2 images up top. There was the mirror magic eye on the bottom, and then in between on the black there was red lettering throughout the whole thing. If you actually decoded that, it came out as "Before me things created were none, said things eternal, and eternal I endure." That phrase, the continuation of that phrase is "Abandon all hope, he who went to here."
And that's on the door of the Firefly Funhouse.
On the door was "Abandon all hope, ye who exit here." No, I know. I'm just saying. And then the image was very similar to the image he posted after Alexa betrayed him.
This might answer your question.
No.
Here's your election update.
Be quiet, Alexa.
Oh, I love that.
So, to me, it's nobody other than Bray Wyatt. And if it is, it's a huge letdown.
Yeah, I'll kind of piggyback off that too. I think they kind of, I think it is Bray Wyatt, so I'm not worried. But if for some reason it's not, WWE has screwed themselves. Even Cody Rhodes would be a huge letdown at this point. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm also gonna, no disrespect to WWE's creative team because, well, actually, you know what? routinely sucked in the past. I don't think they're smart enough to come up with this kind of thing on their own. I think this is all Bray Wyatt's doing. I think this is all him in charge of whatever these QR codes are. And I think his creative genius is going to be, like, thrown in our faces as much, and it needs to be, because he has the tools, he has the abilities to surpass guys like The Undertaker. He has that ability.
So I will piggyback off of what you just said in regards to his creativity. Did you see who they just hired for long-term creative?
I was just about to bring that up.
He is a right. He is
back the guy.
not brought back. I don't think he's ever been within WWE.
I
But-
think he has some storylines with Bray. But
He's a long-term. He was a long-term. Like, he's for long-term creative, but he is a writer from Marvel, from different types of movies. So he is supposedly the person that's behind everything going on with the QR codes. But you know it's Bray with him.
And Bray, real quick, if Philly will explode, yeah, Philly is a hostile environment.
Oh yeah, it is.
that is the wrong place to play with people's feelings. It's Philly.
If it is not Bray Wyatt, there might actually be violence.
you guys remember what was it? 06? If Cena wins, we riot. If it's not Bray, they're gonna riot.
Have you seen a chance that started before his music even hit? Like,
Yeah, it's a war zone there.
Thank you
Alright,
for the
Megan,
follow,
I see
Ethan.
You coming to the mic? What's your info?
Listen, I can confirm this.
oh god.
WWE Creative has not touched a single thing on this White Rabbit. This is not them. They have not touched anything. They have not had ideas. It's nothing that they have been doing. This is all could be Bray. What if it's like what if it's a new character who we don't know who? Like, maybe it's not the
Right.
Fiend, maybe it's not Bray, maybe it's not Husky Harris. There could be a brand new character that, hey, I don't know about.
Like I said it live last night on TikTok. Triple H, again, still haven't heard this interview. Only read about it. It's still just word of the people. But Triple H said it's someone we're not talking about. Correct. When we talk, if we're talking about who the White Rabbit is, we're always saying Bray or Fiend. We're never using his actual name.
Yes.
I mean, the smart ones are, but like, not 95% of wrestling fans say Bray Wyatt, Bray Wyatt, Bray Wyatt. They're not saying Wyndham Rotunda.
Right. And Frey, again, Frey's just killing it with the comments tonight.
Yep.
Heck yeah, dude. Who said we're getting the three faces of Wyndham? I actually read something from Sean Ross Sapp a couple of weeks ago that said that this Bray Wyatt character that we're supposed to get is going to be kind of a three faces of Foley thing, where the main one is going to be like the Swamp Bray Wyatt, and he's going to mix in the Firefly Funhouse and the Fiend with it. And there might be a possibility of a fourth character that we don't know yet, which might be what this White Rabbit is. But as long as it is Wyndham Rotunda that shows up whenever this White Rabbit thing is done, it's a success.
I'm also gonna put this out there too. If you watch back at Alexa Bliss's little backstage challenge to EO, you could see a little hint, a little twinge of Dark Bliss. I saw it and I was like,
I saw it.
wait a minute.
I'm right there with you.
I just don't want to get my hopes up. That's why I haven't really been saying who I think it is. Because, like, if I say who I want it to be, then it's not going to be him. So, honestly, could be him, but I'm not going to get my hopes up.
In reference to what you were saying about that promo, the promo before that, when the QR code came up, if you rewatch it, the glitch that happens is the same as The Wyatt family glitch.
And then I saw a photo.
It has the
with
fiend
Ryan.
faced.
Yeah, only over Bliss.
Only over Alexa Bliss. Yep.
Now, Jesus, that's heavy duty
Megan.
tonight.
You're
Yes.
close to your microphone again.
Well, I'm sorry. Alexa needs to be back with Bray so she can end
My
it.
nails.
She needs to get back with
I
him
forgot my train of thought.
to build it back up, and then she can break away from him at that point because there was no finish.
So, Megan, as you said, you think it's Bray, but you don't want to get your hopes up. You can ask Scowls. I've been the same way. He keeps throwing shit at me, and I'm like, stop.
He even went
I've
so
been
far.
so long.
He even went so far to say when I sent him the Gacy comment about the one link that he goes, "Oh, I hope it's not Joe Gacy." I was like, "Dude, it's not gonna be. Stop it."
Like, I'm just tired of getting my hopes up
The
and being
Joe
let
Gacy
down.
thing.
So.
The Joe Gacy thing, that is what we call a red herring.
Well, if you go back,
It
it's
could be
also
Joe Gacy, or
to
it could be referencing John Wayne Gacy.
exactly. I also sent that to Shadow too.
If it was Joe Gacy, then Philadelphia, that building would burn down.
Yeah.
I don't. Gacy played into it too, though. Gacy did play into it. He tweeted something similar to Bray-esque stuff. I
He
don't
cha-
mind
he
Gacy's
ch-
character though.
He changed
I don't.
his icon on Twitter to his face and had the X's crossed out in his eyes. Like he had his eyes crossed out with the X's that Bray did at the Firefly Funhouse. So Gacy was
Listen,
playing right along with everything.
I have never watched a Gacy match, but I've watched some promos he's done, and I'm in love with that aspect of his
Oh,
character.
yeah. He's fun on the mic, but he can't wrestle for shit.
But neither could Wyndham when he first started doing the cult leader Bray.
I would say
Like, that
he's
is not a
better.
hidden fact. Well, I have not watched Gacy's matches.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I can't. Obviously, nothing is for certain until it's for certain. So we still can't even confirm 100% that this is Wyndham coming back.
At least for 48 more hours.
And even
Like-
then, we don't even know if it's gonna happen for sure this Saturday. It could just be
oh.
another tease that puts it off for even longer.
Okay, so to me, it's happening one of two places.
Maybe 3.
No. I don't know why you say 3, but you could say that after I go off of this.
It is what I think it is, then we'll see.
It's either going to happen at Extreme Rules or it's going to happen Monday night. And Monday night, because the clock for the Mad Hatter is 2 days slow. And all the clues lead to the October 8th. So if the clock is 2 days slow, he's 2 days behind, he'll show up on the 10th.
And if that happens,
would
I'm
be the
punching you in
most-
the head with you.
That would be the most epic troll ever.
Well, it's because it's all about Alice in Wonderland. What were you going to say, Megan? What do you think is the third option?
Okay. If it is at Extreme Rules, I have to get my little receipts out. If you go back and you look at all the Extreme Rules card pictures that they have, there is like
All the
3
men's ones.
matches in the back where they have a firefly and like a lantern type behind them.
So
One of them is during the. Hold on.
it's only on the men's
Little
cards.
match.
It's only on the men's images. It's not on the women's. And the one that you could really see it all is on the Bray and Edge one because that one's in the reddish coloring, not the green and purple.
Yep. So if it happens, it might happen during that match. Or those matches.
It would only make sense to happen during the Balor and Edge match. But I don't know. It's too obvious that they did it that way with the coloring.
Well, what if, like, does end up happening there and Bray kind of like teams up with Edge because weren't we all saying that about the was clip
The vignettes?
packages?
Yep.
Thank you.
The
I'm
vignettes.
taking note. Thank you. We're saying that there's more than one person during those, and everyone was saying Edge and Bray.
Right.
What if Bray does come
Uh,
back and teams up with Edge during that match?
You want to see a man cry? Because I will cry. Because I put my two favorite superstars together. And I will cry.
Sorry.
As the mic gets closer. Or as the phone gets closer.
Whoa.
All right.
What do you
So-
mean War Games would be Judgment Day versus the family?
Bloodline versus...
No, because he's saying what if Wyndham shows up and it's War Games is Judgment Day versus the family. So what do you mean by the family?
That's
You
it.
mean Wyndham,
War Games
Bo
ain't
Dallas.
shit unless Undisputed Era is there.
You mean Undisputed Elite?
No.
Who
I said
suck?
Era. You don't talk bad about my man Cole, alright?
It'd be nice if he actually showed up on TV every once in a while.
He's hurt.
Yeah, because there was a botch and he took it.
Alright. Anyways. Alright.
Sorry, I just got a notification from my bank accounts, and I'm like, what the fuck is up with that? And I go there to look, and apparently I have a whole lot more money in there than I did last night.
Wait, what do you mean by a whole lot?
Let's just say I was broke. Now I have like 1,000 in my bank account right now.
Did you get paid and not realize it was payday? Like...
No, that's the thing. Payday is on Fridays.
Unless it came early. Sometimes that happens.
is-
It might have came early, but it's never done that before. That's the issue. It's never done that.
Everyone always says that it doesn't come early, all right? Everyone always says
Because I always check my bank account and just checked it, and I possibly did get paid early, but like I've never gotten paid early. It's always on Fridays.
Well,
right.
Megan's buying everybody around. Got it. Alright.
No, I just spent $200 on 49ers shit, so. Hey, I have to
All right.
because like.
All right,
Yeah.
That's going to come early, too.
Shadow.
Continue.
Let's go.
Alright, so closing thoughts for the Extreme Rules, guys. Megan, you'll go last because you're dealing with bank account information, apparently. So, Nate, we'll start with you.
What are we doing?
Closing thoughts. Closing
Closing
thoughts. You want to give
So-
yourself a rating for the pay-per-view and stuff like that.
So I think it's been pretty obvious that since Triple H took over, almost every single segment on TV that we have seen has done some kind of advancement with a storyline. I think every segment has had a purpose, even if it's something as subtle as the Dexter Loomis stuff in the background, to the Bray Wyatt clues, which, you know, credit to Bray Wyatt for those, but still, they're on Triple H programming now. Never would have flown in Vince's world. So I like that we can build matches for pay-per-views that don't have to be centered around titles, where people just get a title shot and boom, there's your story. Someone wants a title. We have legitimately good storylines going on. Like Sheamus and Gunther has been a great storyline. Rhonda and the Liv has been actually pretty decent the last few weeks too. The follow-up just has to be good. So I love that we can do this. The storyline happens. We're super excited for this pay-per-view. And there's only 2 titles being defended, and they're both the women's titles. No men's world title, no tag team titles, no mid-card belts are being defended, and we're still stoked for this pay-per-view. I think it's going to be a great show. Fight Pit is probably going to be the match of the night.
Let me piggyback off that. If you guys are NXT fans, which I know myself from back when it was Black and Gold, I believe Scals as well. I don't know if you've caught much NXT, Nate. I don't know if Megan was really an NXT person. No? Okay. But that was the fun thing about takeovers. It didn't have to revolve around belts. Like, it never did. The storylines progressed naturally, and they told a story every time they were in the ring. which led to great matches between Cole, Gargano, Ciampa. Like, Keith Lee and Adam Cole, for fuck's sakes, put on a good one. Like, the stories that they were telling when Triple H was booking this without titles surrounding it was amazing.
Mhm.
And I'm excited, and we'll have a podcast soon about this as well, but I'm excited about the way War Games gets built over NXT. Like, I went back, you know this, Nate. I've been watching War Games last bit here, going back and watching. I'm just excited all around for what Triple H is doing. We're finally starting to see the change of the guard in WWE. Mind you, there's some stuff I still don't agree with what Triple H doing, and but that outweighs by what he is doing. So, I think we're in for an exciting show. Like, we're having a prediction, and none of us can really guess. Like, it's not as like it was in the past, where this is your winner. We actually have to put thought into our guesses now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. WWE used to be very predictable in regards to everything they did. And now it just seems like you don't know what's going to happen. You think you know, and then it switches. And it's...
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, think about how much more exciting things are going to get once Roman Reigns finally loses the world titles. Like, those are gridlocked because of some agreement he had with Vince, I guess.
He's only losing one.
And just, well, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's going to be soon that he loses the Universal title anyways. They want that match with The Rock, apparently, and we don't even know if The Rock is available yet. So, I just think it's going to get a lot more exciting once the world title picture can get brought into this.
Right. But continue, Matt.
Trying to remember what I was saying. It's just so much has gone on in the last month or so within WWE that you're just involved every which way you look. Social media, you have to pay attention to the shows to see certain things. Like the QR code. There was one behind the contract signing. Everything right now with the QR codes, though, if you've noticed, they revolve around the women storyline. And they all revolve around everything that has to do with Alexa Bliss tied into it. That's why I feel that she's part of it. What was that?
She's been carrying Lily around and being more possessive and protected over her a whole lot more than she normally did after Bray got released. She's acting like how she kind of was again. He was there with her.
And the way she was when she called out EO. Like, that just...
Oh, yeah.
That was like...
Did anyone notice the
Dead
sound
giveaway.
Okay. I thought I was going crazy. I was live streaming when that happened, and a couple people said they heard it, but I didn't know if they were just BSing me. Because when the camera zoomed in on her, there was like a little eerie sound in the background that I could hear.
So everything is tying into her. So I think something's going to happen. Like, that's why I said I think something's going to happen with her when he comes back. And it's eventually going to cause her to break off from him and have closure with that. Because right now she doesn't. And that's where she's been stuck in limbo. And she wants to have... Like, she likes the dark character. She wants to do that again. But...
I was entertained by it.
But he does end up coming back. And he does his whole gloves again. He does his whole heel over her. Then, boom, she turns back into the dark, twisted bliss. So he's like healing her. He's actually like not at the same time.
I think this pay-per-view has the potential to be an all-time pay-per-view for WWE. With the matches,
probably the best Extreme Rules in 10 years, easily.
with the matches that are involved and the hype around the potential return with the White Rabbit thing, it could just be so good.
Such good shit.
And I saw somebody else post that as well. That you could have Roman wrestle on 2 nights, but Cody's gonna come back and win the Rumble. You're gonna get Cody winning the Rumble because that's gonna be the easiest way for him to get that title shot.
I don't think it's another podcast or everything.
No, I know. I'm just saying, but
Hey, I fantasy booked it already in my head. I already posted that on TikTok.
I posted it in the group, but I thought, I think, and it's not. I don't think it's happening. I think I sent it to you as well, Matt.
possibly I'd have to look. But
The CM Punk theory.
I don't think you did that.
You sent that to
I'll,
her.
I'll, yeah, I'll tell you about it after.
But overall, I'm very excited for the show. I cannot wait. I am going to be glued to the TV the entire time, just like I am going to be tomorrow night, to see if anything else happens before Extreme Rules. I feel we're going to get another clue, and I think something's going to happen. I don't know how, but I'm curious what we're going to get.
Right. In a perfect world, we get a reveal on Saturday. Yeah.
There's
I like how she just crossed her fingers and it went purple.
Judgment Day? Question mark?
All right. So thank you once again for coming out to Off the Top. We appreciate everybody that came in, contributed, gave their opinion, their thoughts. Megan, where can we find you?
You can find me on TikTok at megan.nicole, and same with Instagram. Basically, my TikTok name is on it on all socials, even Twitch. Even though I haven't done a stream yet, I plan on it. So,
Mr. Nate, where can we find you?
So you can find me in a group who will be returning this Saturday after a hiatus. The Wrestle Bros at the Wrestle Bros on TikTok. My personal page, here I'll put it in the chat. My personal TikTok, I've just hit 1,500 today followers.
Congrats.
Probably gonna organize a certain some kind of giveaway for my merch. My merch shop just dropped. I saw that Scals put that in here. Thank you for that. My merch shop just opened the other day. We have to do a little alteration on one of the designs, so it's been taken down for a minute. But we will be getting that back up shortly.
I put your little logo in there on the main screen,
And
the
Scouts,
humbuck.
where can we find you, buddy?
You can find me on Twitter at Scouts24. We also have the YouTube page that I just threw in the link in the chat, where you can find all our videos once they drop after we upload them from here.
And for myself, you can find me on TikTok at thatguyshadow.91. You can find me on Twitter at thatguyshadow91. And you can follow our podcast TikTok, which is just starting off to grow, at Off the Top LLC. And if you like what you see here, make sure you head over to the shop, grab some Walmart Young Buck stuff, grab some Off the Top stuff, and Megan's is coming soon.
Want to thank everybody again. I hope you enjoyed this show. And then if you watch this on YouTube, just make sure to drop a like and a subscribe so you can get notifications of the newest ones that we got there. Hope to see you guys again soon. Enjoy the shows this weekend.
And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. White Rabbit.
Scissor me!
Good night, guys.